Hey, Robert. Hey, cartoon collector. I stepped out for the latter part of the last stream. How's the mod? It's something. It's something. I'm just gonna finish it up and then that'll probably be the stream. Two more endings and then the dialogue in between the choices we didn't make, more or less. It's not a mod. Well, yeah, I guess so, but we consider it mods because it's in the realm of Snootverse. I don't know. It's such an ambiguous term. It's one that's easily thrown around, and I can understand why. I don't have my media keys anymore. My other keyboard broke. If you know, you know. It sucks. I have to use the little fucking volume thing on the desktop now rather than my keyboard. It sucks. I call everything a mod for shorthand. Yeah. Anyways, we're 5 minutes in. Let me boot it up. I'm trying to figure out where's a good place to pick up the lesser ending. Let me gameplay. And then we'll just cut the music. I've broken a few mechanical keyboards due to clumsiness. Well, I wish that was my excuse. The first few times was clumsiness, but its death was definitely on purpose. Alright, wonder if I start making the bad decisions here. I remember almost losing my face. Is there no... Wasn't there supposed to be music here? Oh, Whoa, 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 whoa. 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 That was not cool. Hold on. I hit the Windows key and it just starts going crazy. Okay. And I remember almost losing my face. Oh, quit playing victim. Why don't you? Gone. Isn't this where they live on their own now? I think. We already know about the bike and all that, I think. Get a big rubber keyboard to set beside you and punch instead. I think we've read through this. Yeah, but I hit Windows key and it starts going, but wasn't it control? Yeah, there we go. Right, this is new text, apparently. The door opened and Mom stepped in. Say the same thing. Yeah, it's the same dialogue. Come on, Dad. I was just asking, son. Well, don't ask. Dad awkwardly frowned. That's my man you're talking about. Sarah leaned over to me and nibbled on my ear. Lucy smirked at Sarah and I. So is that the kind of woman you got? Yeah, we read that. Arm wrestle. Dodgeball. Dodgeball. Walking over to the nurse's office and set him down on the stretcher. Took a nasty hit. It was from me. I've taken worse. Oh, really? I'm jealous now. Okay, there we go. Lash out! You say that one more time, and you'll what? You're just proving my point. No, I am not. You just shut up. Anna Kim smirked, and I looked away from her. She vanished. Wait, did... Oh, this fucking... I can't scroll back, can I? And I never saved! Hold on, this is new content, and it's just blindfully going back. Message skip. No. Oh, okay. The game just locked up. Okay. I could see why people use Rempy. Oh boy. Already off to an amazing start. I like how I have to click a bit for it to then start going. Alright, to help you avoid making the same choices, I reviewed the last video to show you which ones you did choose. Choice 1, choice 2. Alright, so... Wait, you posted it twice, or... I don't know. I'm gonna just save. Save. That way if I do the same shit again, at least I don't have to do this again. Alright. It'll have to be, like, after Solly. Dodgeball. Okay, here we go. Lash out. I saw both teams waiting for me. Yeah, we went through this. Let me save. Just to be safe. Actually, what if the dialogue was different? Or is it not? Hold on. Because I remember this part. So you let your son work here. I didn't let him. That's same. I feel like this is the same so far. Yeah, I remember this. I gotta turn this down a bit. I'm afraid to hit the Windows key. Okay, there we go. Then I quit. Yeah, this is a new one. Then I quit. I expected her to gloat, but she just stared in shock. Really? Why? I thought you had a good thing going. I thought you wanted me gone. I do. It's just what are you going to do without your mom? Oh yeah, I think I can't do, wait. Oh yeah, I think I can't do anything without her. Face it, you had a free ride your whole life. Well, it's over now. You happy? I am not happy, but if this is the best I get, then I will take it. So that's it. I'm going to resign. You can't just give up. Things are just getting a little difficult. But your students need you. I'm sure I'll find a new job soon. I can support you and your parents can help. I'm glad you are willing. I turned around and looked at the school. It was very important for me, for various reasons. I was so glad I met my wife there, and I know she will still stand with me. It felt shameful to let Miss Anakin win, but you can't win everything. My wife and I walked home. It was time for me to begin a new chapter in my life and say goodbye, Volcano High. No, file not found. Yeah, it froze up here before. Scenario Epilogue 2. So Epilogue 2 don't exist. I don't know what to say. I guess we're not getting ending 2. I did it again because I forgot to put in spaces. Okay. Why is top chat on? Okay, I didn't miss anything. But yeah, oh, it's not showing the error. It says Epilogue 2. Where is it? JSC? I have to zoom in with my camera. Oh, Epilogue 2.ks. Well, that's what's missing. Because it's not found. So I guess we're doing bad ending. Just nothing here. So I'll reboot. And I'll just do ending 1. Alright, we'll start from the very beginning. So the choices I made was choice 1. Yeah, okay. Choice 1. So I'll choose number 2. Quit calling me twerp. Quit calling me a twerp. Quit acting like one. How? Just leave. I stepped out of the school feeling a bit shaken. To relax, I looked up at the sky. Nothing to worry about. Of course, I had to look back down when approaching the street. Okay, this is all familiar. So choice, the next choice. Zip zoom. Chapter 2. Just stop skipping at the gym confrontation. Okay. Gotcha. Choice 2, 1. So this one. What's going on here? Cut it out now. What is your problem? You said cut it out, you deaf? Go away now. Anakim turned back to the student. Not you. You stay right here. We walked away, eyeing Miss Anakim. So what did that kid do? Probably called her sir. Nearly took my face off for that. Really? Not quite. Anyways, my class is over there. I went through this. So choice 3 would be also number 2. Because you take her orders like a trained dog. Because you take your orders like a trained dog. Oh, wait, that's Ipan, not Anakin. Daisy sneered in contempt. You dare speak of me that way? Yes, he does. We don't like how Miss Anakin is treating Dennis, and how you are for that matter. I imagine you would feel that way. And why not? We saw her harass Dennis. Of course you would see her behavior along those lines, but what Miss Anakin is doing is essential. It requires you refrain from interfering. Well, I don't care what you say. You can't justify what you are doing. Daisy let out a sigh and walked away from us. That was crazy. What's her deal? I saw her scolding Dennis, but Jacob stepped in. Well, that was good on him. Anyways, my mom has a picnic soon. Yeah, we went through this. Alright, choice 4. I chose 2, so that means choose 1. Just gonna put a... Escape seems to not work for this, so I have to actually go to pause it. Just put another save. Just in case. I heard about Worm Drama and how she met Dad, but not much else. Well, you are in for a treat. Reed motioned to Nazer. You want to help fill in Epi on how his parents met? Oh, my husband would love to. Nazer awkwardly approached us. So how did Ipan's parents meet? We scouted out for a local band. Or for a band. Ugh. Which was a double date. Sounds fun. You know how much grief my father gave me. I glanced over to grandfather, who nodded. I got a lot of grief myself from your Uncle Saeed when I was young. Dating his little sister really got on his nerves, but when we grew closer, he accepted me. So are you ready? Picked out a place you like. Okay, I remember this. They go to eat, and then they run into Anakin. Chapter 3. So the next choice. I chose 1. I hastily removed the epilogues, and that's what caused the problems. I added them back in the anniversary edition. Is Sarah part of those Grove Street fools? It's because she's green. Dodgeball. Okay, and then we explode. Right, this one I chose 1, so choose number 2. I'm going to save on this one. Save. I remember almost losing my face. Oh, quit playing victim. Why don't you? Vanished. Then we get the arm wrestling, or wait, we get the parents. And this one was choice 2. Wait. Is this choice 2? Fuck. I think this one's just more outbursty. Lash out. Okay, that I think should be the last one. I think. Maybe. So at the gym. Alright, I was standing in the gym watching my period of students leave. When they left, I looked around, staring at the wide open empty room. I heard the door open up and footsteps coming towards me. I looked and saw Miss Anakin. What are you doing here? Why didn't you get hired here? Wait, why did you get hired here? To make a difference. Not to coast off your mother's legacy. What do you want with me? Anakin stood silently. You just don't like being reminded of my existence because of what I represent. I hate you for how you've been acting. Since you came here, you've been nothing but trouble. And you could have left, but you had to stay here. Well, then you leave. You think I'm going to give up my career just for you? You are going to leave this school and take your mother with you. Not going to happen. Well, you can't get anywhere with nepotism, just like that wife of yours. Are you going to talk about her that way? Yes, I am. I always told you to stay away from Sarah. Look at what she's turned you into. Marrying her was... I grabbed Miss Anakin by the wrist. Do it! As much as I wanted to take a swing at her, I let her go. You are finished! Fired. I came home to my wife. I was going to talk to her, but my parents barged in. Oh, she's mad. What's your what's your problem? His problem? My son can speak for himself. People were staring at me in the teacher's lounge. I have never seen them act that way. It's all your fault, son. You put your mother's career in jeopardy. You stop talking about my husband that way. You need to stop defending him. She is clearly a bad influence on you. Dad, I can't believe you even married her. Dad, shut up! Son, I can't believe you're talking to your father that way. Well, you're not the only married woman in the room. Sarah, you need to leave. Get them out of here! I can't believe you would. I said get them out! Are you going? Leave. Sarah, if you talk that way... Oh wait, that was Zanon. Whoops. I quit! Dad stormed out of the house and Mom followed him. I don't want to have to work with him anymore. My wife and I looked at each other, still angry at my parents. As the day went on, our anger subsided, but we remained frustrated. We both wanted to say something to one another, something reassuring or comforting, but we both could not find the words. With our careers ruined, we had nothing going for us but our muscles. We found manual labor jobs, so we didn't go broke. But we had to move out of the house to Skid Row. Oh boy! Oh boy, this is going to be interesting. Life grew tough, and more often than not, we spent our days sitting in silence. Nonetheless, my wife and I continued to support each other. I just missed the days before I had to say, goodbye, Volcano High. I walked among the tombstones. With each step, I leaned into my cane as it dug into the ground. Upon seeing the headstone, I gently sat down. I looked and saw the name Sarah Moose. Seeing her at the hospital was the hardest thing ever. Ever since I met her, she was a tough young woman. Even as she aged, the fire remained in her eyes. Life was tough ever since we fell out with my parents, but Sarah stuck with me. Every time I went to visit Sarah, I could not bear to look at her. Only the hopeful gleam in her eyes gave me the strength to go on. The funeral was a lonely one with only a few old classmates attending. I looked at them and only the vaguest of memories stirred in my head. The one person I recognized for sure was Nazer's son. Oh boy. Nazer's son, Northwest. Yeah, I was just asking if she was part of Grove Street from GTA San Andreas. Take her out like the ball of fool she is. Oh. So yeah, we don't have ending too. I'll put the music back on. Oh, that's not. I didn't want my zoom. Uh, there we go. Yeah, I don't know where you'd get the anniversary edition from, because that's not on the Boru. Let me check who's all here, because it's a very quiet crowd. Uh, 6 people. All right, not bad. Did I forget to put on the low latency? Do you want me to link you to the itch page? Yeah, no one linked me that. Yeah, let me destroy Forever Snoot. In fact, let me recycle my bin. Got some things I need to empty out. Dang, over 10,000 items. Most of that's just mods. Alright, oh yeah, you might not be able to post a link. If I look up Forever Snoot, would I find the itch page? Oh yeah, it's first one. Is this one the... Is this it? Okay, there's the demo, the full, and then the anniversary. I see it. Oh boy, I'm very special. Alright, it's downloaded. Now to unzip it. Extract files. That was fast. Alright. Delete that. Alright, will Windows read it? It will! Okay, cool. So this is... Yeah, this is the anniversary Riley story. So, yeah, my saves aren't here. So, we're gonna try and do Epilogue 2 again. Chapter 1. We zip zoom. Oh, wait, I forgot. I turned the YouTube one off. Forgot I had YouTube playing in the back. Okay, we just zip zoom. I've noticed there's a little bit more emotion. But again, I'm actually looking at the characters rather than reading. Make sure to stop at the party scene. There's some new dialogue. You're talking about Ipon's birthday, right? And just in case, I shall save. Alright. Don't talk about my father that way. Oh, I noticed Nazer's wearing something different. Chapter 2. Alright. Man, is there a problem? Dennis looks a little bit different. Okay, is this the party, I think, right? Subscribed. Well, let me save just to be safe. No, this isn't the party. I don't like how inconsistent the skip is, because if I take the skip off, I have to look at the dialogue finish before I can skip again. Like that was just the picnic. Let me hit the save just to be safe. Need to do 2 for aggressives. That's what I'm gonna do what I did before. Oh wait. Go back. Or actually this should be fine, right? Yeah, I see Ripley and Samantha. In the living room were my friends and family. My mom sat on a chair with a guitar on her lap. Happy birthday, son. Took me a second to take it all in. Wow, Mom. My mom began strumming a guitar and belted out the lyrics. Oh, we went through this. Okay, good. Mom put her guitar down and approached me. Happy birthday, Eppy. Thank you so much, Mom. I walked into the kitchen, plate in hand. I went to the table to load up. Sarah stepped towards me, looking at me intently. Happy birthday. Thanks. So there's something I wanted to tell you for quite some time. Since when? Since Riley introduced us. Oh, really now? Sarah leans in closer to me. But I don't know how to say it. Okay. Sarah gets even closer. What exactly is it? Sarah pulled me towards herself and kissed my mouth. I felt her beaked mouth bite down on my lips. I grabbed her wrist and kissed back. We pulled apart and I kept looking at each other's eyes. The moment seemed to last forever. That was until we were shocked into reality. From the living room came a burst of applause. I turned and saw all of my family cheering with enthusiasm. So everyone was watching? Well, I guess. Well, so much for being subtle about being a couple. We are a couple? I hope that was not just a kiss. Oh, I apologize for that. We stepped back into the living room nervously. We looked back and forth to see that all eyes were on us. My father spoke up to break the silence. Nice job, son. Real chip off the old block. Mom glared at Dad before looking at us with a smile. My little star pupil and my son. I couldn't be happier. What an adorable couple, don't you think, honey? Uncle Nazer nodded in agreement. Grandpa spoke up. I gave your father a lot of grief when he was young, but I knew he was a good man. I was happy for him, and I am happy for you now. Grandma looked at him with a smile. I knew she had a thing for you when you two met. She was always gushing about you. I looked to the side and saw Sarah blushing awkwardly. I just had to push you two together, and it worked out. Well, guess who had Riley talk to you? Sarah and I looked at each other. No way, so you were the big mastermind? Oh, son, you are so flattering. Sarah and I sat down and we all continued talking. So how much has your mother told you about our band? The stories were quite fascinating. I heard about it. Interesting. Maybe I can fill in a few details. Reed looks over to my mom. So what have you told him? Party went on and the guests started to trickle out. We had a great time. Jake, Dennis, I will see ourselves out. Hope to see you soon. Thanks for inviting us. Jacob's not in here. Yeah, so it was really nice to let me into your home. Very much welcome. Secret ending, follow the damn train. Your Uncle Nazar and I have to get going. Wish we could stay longer. You and Sarah seem like such a sweet couple. I hope the best for you two. Bye, Effie. Good luck to you both. Hope to have you at my place someday. Your grandmother and I will be on our way. I will tell my big brother about you and Sarah being a couple. That is, unless you would rather he hear it from you. Go on and tell. That's fine. Why, thank you. Sabbath and Saeed will be very proud of you two. Such a lovely couple. Looks like everyone's leaving, so I gotta go. I wonder how Trish will think about you dating her cousin. Guess she's gotta deal with it. She better. Gotta go, but I got one more gift for you. What is it? Sarah glanced at my parents, then she leaned towards me and kissed me. See you soon. That girl you have is shameless. I know. That's what you get for being mushy in front of me. My parents looked at each other. Maybe we should step up our game. Anyway, are you ready? You picked out a place that you like. Of course I am ready. Let's go. That's back to running into Anna Kim. So I'm going to save again. Because I don't know if I have the... I'll wait for dialogue. I don't know if I have low latency on here or not, so... Zip zoom. Now I remember almost losing my face. Quit playing victim. Come on, Dad. Flash out. Let me hit that save. Okay, we were just outside Volcano High. Yeah, this word glitch, right? I stepped out of the school where my wife meet me outside. So that is it? I'm going to resign. You can't just give up. Things are just getting difficult. But your students need you. I'm sure I'll find a new job soon. I can support you and your parents can help. Well, I'm glad you are willing. I turned around and looked at the school. It was very important for me, for various reasons. I was so glad to meet my wife there, and I know she will stand with me. It felt shameful to let Miss Anakim win, but you can't win everything. My wife and I walked home. It was time for me to begin a new chapter in my life and say goodbye, Volcano High. I pushed my wife's wheelchair between the tombstones. When we reached my parents' graves, I turned her wheelchair and sat down next to her. I looked down at my father's grave and saw the name Anon Yancey Moose carved into it. He put the name Yancey on his grave. That's what he gets for passing it down to me. We both let out a light chuckle before awkwardly trailing off. We looked at the other grave, Lucy Aaron Moose. My parents died on the same night. I was with them in the hospice room. I saw them fall asleep together, holding hands, before I fell asleep in my chair. When I woke up the next morning, I was told neither survived the night. The funeral was tough, despite being an old man who had attended a number of funerals. But Sarah was by my side, and she still was now. Do you have flowers? Didn't bring any, did you? Neither did I. Mom and Dad were not the flower kind of people anyway. After spending some time sitting in silence, I spoke up. Shall we head home? My wife hesitated, then spoke. Let's go. I rolled her out of the cemetery and to the nearest bus stop. Things aren't the same when you turned into an old granny. Oh, really now? She turned and kissed me, biting down on my lip. It was our first kiss all over again. A short ending. Hey, dog. Sarah, it's time to move to Vice City. Alright, now we got like the side stories and stuff. I can't skip. Stuck in credits hell. I mean, I could probably... No, I can't. I gotta wait this out. Oh, no. Alright, Riley's story. Year 201M 2046 BC. I hurried off to school, wiping the milk off of my face with my hand. I hope I could get some time to wash my hands before class. I got to school feeling winded. I walked into the nearest bathroom and began to wash my milk-stained hands. As soon as I dried my hands, the bell rang. I ran out of the bathroom, lifting up my class schedule. I looked at the room number and then at the hallway. That didn't match, so I kept running. I saw someone in my hand, so I tried to stop it. Wait, I saw someone in my hand, so I tried to stop, but I bumped into them. It was a wolf person. Sorry, sir. Before I could say anything, the wolf person gave me the fiercest glare. I froze in fear. What did you say? Sorry, sir, I replied meekly. That is the problem exactly. Oh, ma'am, I stated in confusion. Don't you have class, Miss Anakin? I looked around and saw a green woman. She was a pterodactyl with feathery wings. Okay, Miss Moose. Mrs. Moose. She spat the word Mrs. with disgust and contempt. Thanks a lot. Let me show you to your first class. Forever Snoot is pretty good, no lie, though it could use some art for the characters as a fan-made game. Yeah, I hate to say it, but it's kind of like the Sid's Toys situation from Toy Story. It's like an amalgamation of previous Snoot characters just snipped and taped, plastered on, you know? It's very uncanny. I stepped into a classroom. Hey, sorry for being late. Don't worry. On the first day, wait, on the first day, there is no consequences for being tardy. I breathed a huge sigh of relief. Next few classes went by quickly. Everything seemed okay until I stepped into a classroom and Miss Anna Kim was waiting for me. Oh boy. Riley? Yes, ma'am. Well, it's a bit late to speak to me that way. Oh, okay, I'm just gonna sit down now. Class is going to start. After school, when I got home, I heard Mom and Dad shouting at each other. I looked at them briefly before turning and going to my room. I set the sheets for my classes on my desk and reached for my cell phone. I slid the cheap headphones over my head and began playing a song. The music muffled the sounds of Mom and Dad shouting at each other. I looked over the sheets to get an idea of what was coming up in my classes. Honestly, I could not make heads or tails of the homework. Every time I could not understand the homework, I switched to a new topic, yet I just got more and more confused. Well, isn't it 2047 or something? Couldn't he just, like, ask AI to do his homework for him? Eventually, I got something done. It would not be good for my grade, but I could recover it later. I was sure that someone or something could help me figure things out. Yes, exactly. It's funny to see them like this, though. Yeah, it feels very shitposty. Even though it's not the intended purpose. With every class, none of the teachers seemed very happy with my homework. But some understood. Miss Anna Kim, on the other hand, was stared daggers at me when I placed the paper on her desk. What is this? My homework. It isn't great, but there's plenty of time to get my grades back up. Well, I see that you don't respect me. It was evident when we first met. Look, I get it. You don't like being called a guy. I don't need to know why. Gone. After class, I ran into Mrs. Moose again. You seem stressed out. Oh, it's you again. Well, I am stressed out. Homework is a nightmare. That wolf lady is really giving me the business. She's quite a difficult colleague. What issues does she have with you? Well, I heard from friends and family that she looked up to me back in the day. Honestly, I never met her myself until I got the job. I guess I don't live up to the hype. A playground? Why is there a slide right into that tree? Oh boy. I was sitting on the swing when I saw two students approach. Little brat likes the swing set, came a taunt from the guy behind me. And then came a sarcastic reply from the guy in front of me. Why does it matter to you? Oh wait, no, it's Riley. Why does it matter to you? Why does it matter? A student pushed me to the ground and my face scraped against the wood chips. A clawed foot struck my gut multiple times. Someone's coming! The student dashed off and I picked myself up and walked home. Well, if you're being kicked with a clawed foot, wouldn't you be like gutted and bleeding? Yeah, I just got mauled half to death, but I'm just gonna limp home. I stepped into the door, and Dad was waiting, frowning sternly. Clearly, my dirty clothes caused annoyance rather than concern. I looked towards Mom, who was sitting at the table, watching the both of us. I briefly hoped to appeal to her, but it was clearly no use. I received word from Miss Anna Kim about your behavior in her class. I let out a sigh. What did she say? Don't talk that way. What way? The way you were calling her a liar. I didn't. I just asked what she said. He is the AI. Have you ever tried not being a bee, Miss Kim? It's funny that they used an image of a character from Hunter cross Hunter as a woman. Dinos have tougher skin than humans. Well, you never know. The gut is very weak. It's definitely a low blow. I walked down the hall and I saw a couple of students talking. I froze when I recognized them as the people who beat me up. Hey Bertrand, is it that little brat? Yeah, Ernest, it's him. Bertrand looked confused for a second. What exactly did we tell him our names? What's he gonna do about them? So what you guys have against me? Well, I heard from a certain someone that you didn't show them the respect they are owed. You mean that wolf Miss Anna Kim? I must have said the word miss a bit sarcastically because the guys closed in on me. See what I mean? I saw a teacher coming. Hey, I don't know these guys. Ernest and Bertrand froze. Okay, pal, you're off the hook for now. Just don't think we won't find you. I'm really looking forward to showing you a lesson. No one will stop me, not even my buddy. Did your father speak to you? Yes, he grounded me. Miss Anna Kim sighed. I dislike such a punitive approach. I believe in rehabilitation. So what do I do? You will write an essay about the LGBT perspective. Perhaps such an assignment will help you get over your bigoted mindset. I look forward to seeing the essay on my desk by the weekend. Do I have to? Is it for credit? I am afraid not. So what if I do not do it? I will have an interesting chat with your father. So it's blackmail. I waited a minute. That would be a yes. I like how the clock has no hands on it. The time is whatever you want it to be. I stepped into Mrs. Moose's class and she looked at me, clearly seeing something in my eyes. As soon as the class ended, she approached me. What's the matter, Riley? You seem down. Miss Anna Kim, right? Miss Anna Kim has a big assignment for me. What is it? I handed her the packet. Mrs. Moose looked it over and lit up. I could help you with this. Really? Yes, I identified as not as non-binary as a student. I could describe I could describe to you my history. Wow, you really are a lifesaver. I really thought I would never get this paper done. I really see a lot of potential in you. That is not to be squandered dealing with the likes of Miss Anna Kim. Right. Does his parents hate him too? Sounds like it. Why these guys riding Miss Kim? Like she's hot shit. Well, she ain't hot. Secret ending 2. I have the high ground. Epon has caring parents with a loving marriage, so Riley has the opposite. Just because you're in a timeless void, which also has time pass apparently. Miss Anna Kim barged into the music department. What could you possibly be thinking? Mrs. Moose looked up at her. What? This paper you and Riley worked on, it is complete and utter dreck. It was supposed to teach Riley a new perspective, which I gave him. An essay about the LGBT community is not supposed to be from the perspective of someone who's deconverted. Says who? Says me. Did you? Did I what? Did you give that as a requirement? If so, why bring it up now? Miss Anna Kim looked confused. Also, get out. I will not. Well, I will tell your department head about your disruptive behavior. What do you think that will do to your career? Anna Kim slinks off. The classroom and hallway are stock assets from Tyranno Builder. That's crazy. Listen up, pal. I heard exactly what crap you pulled off. You are finished. I suddenly saw Mrs. Moose stand in the hall. I turned around and saw that Ernest and Bertrand standing looking in shock. That is it. You have gotten away with your misconduct long enough. Come with me now. Mrs. Moose looked towards me. I apologize for this incident. I was walking home from school. Things were going to get better with Miss Anna Kim, but not at home. I heard a familiar voice, but it sounded a bit different. It was Mrs. Moose, and she spoke in a quite high-pitched voice. Eppie, are you ready to fly? Mrs. Moose was picking up a boy who appeared to be her son. He eagerly flapped his wings, and Mrs. Moose flapped hers back. Wee! 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 You're flying! I watched this interaction with a bittersweet feeling. It was a beautiful sight, but really wish I could experience it for myself. Perhaps I could meet the sun one day. Year 201 and 2051 BC. It's Reed. So Lucy tells me you've graduated. Nice job. Thanks a lot. I know I've been doing this band thing for a while now, but I wonder if you could help set up instruments, get them to sound right. Well, Lucy has taught me a number of things. I hope I could show them to you. And I trust her, so I trust... Wait. And I trust her, so I trust you. How's that son of hers doing? I think he's doing better. Oh yeah, that Anna Kim lady was quite something. Of course, I think he and Sarah really have something going. You mean Trish's cousin? You wouldn't guess it by looking. Huh? Oh, because Trish is older. The story is pretty good. It's alright. The clap by hour read that. Nice to see you. You too. So as you know, Lucy is primarily focused on her So as you know, Lucy is primarily focused on her teaching career, but she sometimes does gigs with us now. This won't be a formal interview, but we need to talk to you before we let you work with us. Oh no, Trish! I will be asking the questions. I looked at her and made a big gulp. Well, hello, Trish. I understand that you're close with my bandmates. Why, yes, Lucy was my teacher, and... Wait. And why is he referring to himself? Why, yes, Lucy was my teacher, and Riley is a good friend. Okay, Riley. And that's why I'm talking to you. Before you ask anything, is it a problem that I got your cousin to get... Wait, this is... Right, hold on. Before you ask anything, is it a problem that I got your cousin together with her son? I don't control the two of them's lives. Trish began to grill me while Lucy and Reed watched encouragingly. Once she saw that I knew my stuff, she began to lighten up. Eventually, Reed cut in. I think he knows what he's talking about. Anyways, this wasn't really a job interview anyway. I know you said that, but I still needed to make sure that he is the right fit. You don't know him, but you do know Lucy. True. He's his own best friend. All it needs is some A-class fan art. It's just perfect. Yeah, I feel like some sprite work would probably make it feel a little bit better. 2060 BC. You did great, Riley. The band sounds awesome. Couldn't have done it without you. Don't sell yourself short. You've been doing this longer than I have. Oh, come on. Ever since you joined, things have never been the same, and for the better. I'm really happy to have you working with us. Oh God, Jacob. Oh, they changed Dennis. Dennis has changed. So this has been a great concert. I'm so glad you all could help out. We're all happy to help out. I just wish that the newlyweds could join us. Guess they're too wrapped up with each other. That's okay, I'm sure Lucy and Trish will understand. Reed looked to Jacob. You could still join us despite your missus. Well, my wife is busy with her hospital job. Saving lives is always great. Cheers to that! We all lifted up our glasses. I'm really surprised you aren't getting shaken down for autographs. Come on, I'm not a superstar. You are to me, not me. And you two are too kind. But I'm not that big of a deal. Lucy or Fang, as she went by back then, would have bitten my head off bitten my head of for saying that. And yeah, she spoke a lot of her teen years to me. You heard it, I lived it. Nazer. Reed looked over in surprise. Look who showed up. That's me. Nice to see you, man. Glad you could join us. Well, I'm here for my sister. I hear you. I'm glad Lucy was able to find some time from her teaching gig to perform. Oh no! Uh-oh. We all looked over and stared in shock. What are you guys staring at? Of course I would attend Fang's concert. Look who finally dressed for the occasion. You teach in that outfit? A real Fang wannabe. You need to cut it out. You'll give me a bad grade? Or detention? Miss Anakim sighs and walks away from us. And to think that I'll have to put up with Ipan when he gets his teaching gig thanks to that parent of his. Well, that was weird. I heard you guys have quite a history with her. I'm sure Lucy has told you all about it. Indeed she did. It's one reason I don't exactly envy her new gig. New gig? She's been teaching since I was a little thing. It feels that way when you've known her for as long as I have. I'm a bit surprised Ipan followed her footsteps. I really don't want to go back to Volcano High. I hear you, buddy. Well, that's it. Not much of an ending. Alright, we got the shorts. Okay, here we go. Ipan meets Trish. Oh boy. I stepped through the portal and observed my surroundings. I look over at Sarah. Enter key? I think we made it? Oh, enter doesn't work here anymore. What the heck? I have to click now, manually. What do you think? Well, this is how my parents described it. They say no one will remember us when we leave. Well, I wouldn't send us back if it wasn't the case. A guy with wings will stand out. Yeah, what if I prevent myself from being born? Oh gosh, she's tiny! What the hell? A blue triceratops approaches us. I knew Trish, and how she described her high school self. Who are you? See, what did I tell you? A student. A human with wings? And is that a problem for you? Trish ignores Sarah. What is your name, human? Ipan Y. Moose, and I'm only half human. Moose? So Anon is your father? And Lucy is my mother. Don't tell her. She won't remember. You mean Fang? Don't call her that. I'm only letting you because I know you are her friend. Why, you little... Trish lunged at me, but Sarah raised her hand and grabbed Trish by the neck. Back off! Trish went slack, so Sarah relaxed her grip. Trish stepped away from us, but kept glaring at us. Whoever you are, get out! Should we? We should. Now, what exactly was I doing in this room? I woke up in bed with Sarah. Honey, I had a really weird dream. We met your cousin Trish. Huh? I mean, her high school self. Well, that sounds weird. Dumb son. Wasn't Trish always short? Like, she's extra short compared to, like, Sarah. Time paradox incoming. Riley is Stella mixed with Rosa with Joshua's face and Reed's shirt. That is an amalgamation. Hey, Dad, I'm dressed like you from high school. Son, you are dumb. But, Dad, no buts, son. You are dumb. That's it. That's it. That's like the shortest short, isn't it? Little brother. Sarah and I were standing in my front yard when a car pulled up. I looked at the car in amazement. Amber? Who is she? Amber dashed out of her car. Oh, we got the Amber Sprite. I think this is the first time I've seen like an Amber Sprite in like any mod. Epi, so great to see you. I approached Amber and Sarah followed. Nice to see you. I didn't expect you. Well, a surprise is good if it is a good surprise. Anyways, how are Mom and Dad? Mom and Dad? You're Apon's sister? Well, of course I am. You must be Sarah. Mom has spoken about you. Hopefully good things. Of course, Mom's always gushing about you. It's nice to finally meet you. Well, I'm glad you think highly of me. I heard you are two peas in a pod. Tell me all about it. Ipon is a good friend. Well, you seemed pretty jealous before you found out I was his sister. Sarah blushed awkwardly. I met her freshman year. This guy named Riley introduced us. Riley seemed like a good guy, too. I heard the door open and our parents stepped out of the house. Mom, Dad, so glad to see you. Welcome home, Amber. I'm glad you showed up. Mom looked towards Sarah. So you meet my star pupil, Sarah? Oh, you are so flattering. Dad motioned towards the door. Come inside. There is no green. Oh no. If only I was a good artist, I'd be on this art stuff like no tomorrow. I can't imagine these characters all mixed and stuff. I shrunk Amber's head and thickened her legs to make her look older. Okay. Does green show up? No green. Nope. I hear a lot of people hate green. Because I guess he's more fan kid than Amber is. We all stepped into the living room. So I imagined you had a long drive. I drove from evening to night, and then a few more hours the next morning. And it went smoothly? Of course, no car trouble. Because if you did, I could look into it. So, Sarah, what has Epon said about me? Well, I didn't know he had a sister. Epi, I'm offended. Well, just teasing you, little bro. Jacob's story. Oh god, Jacob. I have to look at Jacob. It was sophomore year in Volcano High, and I stood in the school corridor watching the students walk by. I was hoping to see some familiar faces, or maybe some freshie looking for assistance. Starting school freshman year was quite intimidating. I was also so relieved when Riley took me under his wing and introduced me to Epon and Sarah. I was wondering where the two were, but there would be time to find them. I noticed a certain freshman, at least I thought they were one. I was going to say Dennis? Nope. I started walking beside the student. Hello, I'm Jacob. You can call me Jake if you like. I received no response. I have not seen you. Are you a freshman? The student looked at me and replies. Yes, my name is Daisy Jones. I glanced at the flower in her hair. Like that flower. I waited a bit. I know the ropes around here. I could show you around if you want, and can introduce me to a couple of my friends. Yes, I'm gonna have a total stranger introduce me to my friends. Daisy Jones lifted up her schedule. My class is not too far from here. I'll show you there. I see we have a class together. The class in question was with Miss Anna Kim, so I wasn't looking forward to it. Hearing my friends talk about her made me relieved I was not taking the class. Still, maybe entering the class as a sophomore would make it easier. Maybe I could make it through the class without issues. About an hour later, the short half day was almost halfway done. The short half day, the short half day was almost halfway done. I was waiting outside Daisy Jones's classroom. Hi, Jacob. Nice to see you. Let me take you to our class. Okay, why are we taking the same class? I took classes with sophomores last year. Then I spoke up again. Miss Anna Kim is quite a tough teacher. I have I have had friends talk about her. We soon came across the class and stepped in. Back in freshman year, Sarah and I had a brief run-in with Miss Anna Kim. And by the way, she looked at me, she still remembered. She pointed her hand at a desk. Sit down! Barking orders at me as soon as she saw me seemed a bit strange, but I decided to sit at the desk she pointed to. Maybe I could find a new desk later. After I sat down, she beckoned Daisy Jones forward herself and gestured towards a desk. Miss Ann Kim introduced herself and began to describe her class. Quickly, I realized the class was exactly like my friends described it. Jacob, can you answer? My mind slipped and I did not hear the question. I looked over at the teacher and was about to ask her to clarify, but she was not looking at me anymore. Daisy Jones, can you answer? Daisy Jones awkwardly answered the question. Miss Anna Kim nodded in approval. I looked at Daisy and her shy expression was replaced by a smirk. She could see me out of the corner of her eye, but she did not look back at me. I looked away from her and down at my desk. Out of the corner of my eye was the clock. Class went by quickly, but there was so much more to do. Tomorrow was going to be a full day. Did Luna get chonky? I see you didn't watch the stream last time. Anon and Fang became rectangles. Wait, I don't know what's happening. The outline means no sprite. I didn't even see them. And in the original, Jacob and Daisy talk to each other like they don't know each other, but the anniversary fixed that. Okay. Miss Kim, can you answer? I stood up and walked towards Daisy Jones, but Miss Anna Kim stopped me. I need to speak to her. Don't you have a class to attend? I looked towards Daisy Jones, but she didn't even look at me. I sighed and walked away. After a few short classes, it was time for lunch. Not a whole lot of time, but I still wanted to enjoy some time away from class. I scanned the room and saw Sarah. Hey Sarah, nice to see you. Have you seen Ippon? Yeah, I could take you to him. Just a minute. There is someone I want to introduce you guys to. I approached Daisy Jones at the lunch line. It's nice to see you share a lunch period with me. Here, let me show you to my table. I gestured towards Ippon and Sarah. Daisy Jones looked at me with annoyance. With those people? Of course. Ippon and Sarah are my friends. You are friends with Ippon Moose of all people? I stepped back, a bit nervous by Daisy Jones' sudden disgust. Yes, Riley introduced us. Riley? At this point, Daisy Jones's voice reaches the point of disbelief. I walked over to Ippon and Sarah's table. You look down. You remember that freshman I was talking to you guys about? I tried to get her to meet you guys and she got mad. Really? What's her problem? She just got mad when I told you you were my friends. And even worse is when I brought up Riley. She hates me even though she hasn't even met me? What issues would she have with Riley? He isn't even attending this school anymore. You said before you have a class with her. Is it with Miss Anna Kim? Yeah. Well, it all makes sense now. Yeah, Miss Anna Kim didn't want me talking to her. Well, it's a really shame she got to her before we could. Don't feel bad. You did what you could. I just wish I could do more. I'm sure you tried. The next day I endured another day of Miss Anakim's class. When the bell rang, I stood right up, and Miss Anakim approached me. Does this have something to do with my grade? I just started. This is about your influence on Miss Daisy Jones. I don't have influence on her. You do. Miss Anakim fumed for a minute. I looked up at the clock. Gotta get to my next class. I approached Mrs. Moose in her classroom. So I really thought I could work things out with Daisy Jones. It's too bad, but that's okay. My son has told me about you. He said you were a good friend. I'm glad he thinks well of me. By the way, there's someone who's been asking about you. Her name's Aurora. Oh boy, are we gonna see another? We're gonna see another mishmash? Let me guess, it's gonna be Kiara. We're gonna see like a twisted version of Kiara. Oh, really now? Oh, we're not gonna see anything. What a shame. Jacob's... Oh wait, we already did Jacob's story. Laryngitis. Honey, I'm heading out for work. No, you are not. Why not? Sarah let out a sigh. You are clearly sick. Just listen to yourself. I do not sound different. I knew that was a lie, but I was trying my best not to sound so high-pitched. By my wife's face, I was not succeeding. I sighed and sat down on the couch. Sarah stepped closer to me, looking at me in concern. I was at work, so I missed it. I need to see how the creator of this game makes them look if he drew them. Are there plans for different classroom designs? Or is the Mrs. from Jacob's stories? So, no, she remains off-screen. That's sad. So do you got things arranged? I called your parents, and your mother spoke to the school on my behalf. Your father also gave me the day off to look after you. Well, that's nice of him. Dead. Oh, I can't spacebar the background anymore. I'm wondering what is happening with my class. You need to relax and not think about that. I guess. Anyways, I'm sure your mom has things under control. I know, I just want to be in control. It's okay, you helped me well when I had that bad cold. I sounded like a dude who chain-smoked. I let out a giggle that sounded like a squeak. Then I laughed some more at myself. Oh, you silly boy, what do I do with you? Maybe make some tea. Of course, you made me a great pot when I was sick. That's it? Some of them were definitely short. Game, load game. Riley's story, shorts, and then credits. I guess that's everything. Let me bump the music back on. Oh, that was interesting. It definitely has a weird twist to it. It's definitely not like Wani Gemu, but it's got like that pinch of like little gator game to it. It feels shitposty. I don't know. It definitely still needs some more kinks worked out for sure. I don't know. All I know is the drought's back until what is it? Devlog 0.5 till that comes out or whatever. Or becomes public, I should say, because I'm a cheap bastard. I think we'll do a, what is it? The Wani Stanku AI roguelike stuff on Monday. And if not, we could probably just keep postponing that. I think it's just going to be that from now on for the droughts, and it's going to suck because, I don't know, I think the people just don't like the AI stuff. And I guess that's fair, but I don't know. Sometimes that shit gets real funny. But yeah, seeing as chat seems dead, I'll probably wrap it up here, and I don't know if there'll be a stream tomorrow. I've been trying to aim for Monday, and if that don't work, well, you'll know. So,